Taoiseach sharing time, I understand, with Minister Michael Noonan.
Mr. Noonan. Thank you, Concola. On November the 10th, the Irish people will have the opportunity to go to the polls and to do something really historic. They can vote for or against an amendment to the Constitution that proposes to treat children as individuals in their own right for the first time in the Republic of Ireland. It is 20 years since Ireland ratified the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. In the coming months, the government hopes to submit Ireland's update report on implementation of this convention to the United Nations. I believe it is fair to say that Ireland has been making progress in the past 18 months. But in the 20 years before that, we've seen a litany of reports, each more disturbing, each more heart-scalding than the next. 17 damning indictments of the failure of society and indeed politics to guarantee the safety of our children. And as a politician and a father, this affected me no more than many others. And it was my privilege indeed to be able to appoint and come into office a full cabinet minister for children for the first time in this state, Minister Fitzgerald. I was and I remain of the view that the children of this country deserved rather more than look for their safety. They must be able to rely on more than happy faults to secure their innocence, their integrity and their future itself. And moreover, both I and the government wanted to make this not just their social entitlement, but their constitutional right. This is a quantum change in a society where for too long children were seen and not heard. The best place for our children is within a loving and a supportive home. This referendum does not seek to change this. But time and again, unfortunately, we've seen cases where some families, for whatever reason, have failed or were unable to protect the child. And not only that, but in some tragic cases, as in the Roscommon case, the family itself was the most dangerous and damaging place for a child or children to be or have been. I want to allay the fears of good and caring, responsible parents that this will be a charter for trespass into families' lives. It will not, and great care has been taken to ensure that it is not and can never be. Since taking office, Minister Fitzgerald and the government have been working on the wording of the amendment. Many members of the House have worked hard over the years towards this day. The work of the All-Party Joint Oireachtas Committee on the Constitutional Amendment on Children has been an invaluable contributor. Equally, the efforts and the contribution of campaigners, organisations and professionals who work with children, members of the legal profession, all of these have to be acknowledged. The bill before the House today proposes a new standalone Article 42A titled Children, which will contain a series of provisions and will put to the people as one single question for their approval. This proposed constitutional amendment forms part of our wider and urgent reform agenda. In terms of child protection specifically, we've introduced a wide range of reforms through the Withholding of Information Act, the Publication of Children First Bill, which will put Children First national guidelines for child protection on a statutory basis, and the National Vetting Bureau Bill. Child protection and support services are having a radical, long overdue and much needed overhaul through the establishment of the new child and family support agencies. These are all vital reforms. But as Minister Fitzgerald emphasised last night, none of these reforms can have the wide-ranging and permanent effect of the constitutional change now proposed. The government is committed, as we did with the European Stability Referendum earlier this year, to see that the Irish people have all the information that they need to make an informed decision on the 10th of November. That's why the information website, www.childrensreferendum.ie, has been set up by the Department of Children. It provides information on this constitutional amendment, as well as details of the wider reform programme underway in the area of child protection. A government information booklet will be sent to each household in the country. And this proposed referendum in Cancorla offers a child a second chance of a family. The wording removes the inequalities in our adoption law today. Minister Fitzgerald highlighted at the House last night that there are approximately 6,250 children in care placements at present, with more than 5,500 of these children in foster families. So already the focus is on family care, and over 2,000 of these children have been with the same family for over 5 years. So the legislation may offer them the opportunity to create an even stronger family bond in the future. Every day all over Ireland, Parents put their own fears and worries aside to give their sons and daughters the best and the most secure and respected and loving life that they can, even in the most difficult circumstances. Our children are our most precious possession. I believe that every child, regardless of the matter of their birth, should be allowed not just to feel valued, but to be valued under the law as the invaluable, irreplaceable beings that they are. And I'm proud, therefore, to stand here, as Taoiseach indeed, speaking on a proposal to amend our basic law that the state recognises and affirms the natural and imprescriptible rights of all children and shall, as far as practicable by its laws, protect and vindicate those rights. I would urge everyone, in particular the parents of the country and others tasked with the safety of our children, to make every effort to inform themselves on what this referendum is about. The wording here is careful and cautious, it is formed from cross-party concern with cross-party support, and I appreciate that. We've heard many thoughtful speeches in the House on this. I look forward to hearing more, and I urge everybody in the country to use their power as Democrats to come out and make a resounding statement in favour of the children of this country, not just for now, but for generations to come.